I bet I drill a clean hole in somebody today.
So it is no secret that Tekken 8 has been absolutely slammed on Steam. Their review score is sitting at an overwhelmingly negative right now. This is entering day 3 of the review bomb and they're getting crushed. A lot of players are quitting, a lot of players are uninstalling. The tweet from Michael Murray only added to all of the chaos, and all of it is really making the players sick to their stomach, feeling lied to over the idea of defense being put into the game, but then season 2 doing everything in its power to remove that. Players aren't happy. Now this resulted in Tekken 8 going viral again on Twitter, which sparked another headline that says Tekken 8 update sparks outrage and debate within the gaming community. The Tekken 8 community is facing significant backlash following the update. Players are vocal about their dissatisfaction, particularly with the changes like heat system, which they argue should be earned through gameplay rather than automatically granted. The update has been criticized for shifting the game towards a more casual, party-like experience, away from its competitive roots. This has led to a wave of negative reviews, with some fans humorously calling themselves refugees as they look for other games. Discussions highlight a divide between maintaining the game's legacy and adapting for a broader appeal, with many expressing disappointment over the perceived lack of response to community feedback for Season 1. Now, this situation has gone completely out of control. It is totally off the hinges, and this is not what anyone wanted. One, for Tekken 8, but then two, for Season 2. Season 2 was supposed to save us. You were supposed to be the chosen one, not join them, not destroy us. Now, the Tekken developers, they're responding to this. They put out this statement here on their Japanese account and also English account. And it says, "Fighters, we are aware of current community feedback regarding Tekken 8 Season 2. They are aware. We are carefully reviewing the balance of the game. Expect more information about these changes soon." I have to take this with a grain of salt because this is what they told us about Season 1. They literally told us with Season 1 we were right. We were right in the fact that the game was too oppressive. That's what the developers told us. But then with Season 2, even with acknowledging that we're right, even acknowledging with the heat system restricting player expression, they then added more of that restriction. So how can we trust them this time? They have to really, instead of just putting these tweets out, they have to actually show improvement now. That's kind of where they're at. They have to earn that trust back. It says, in addition, an emergency patch will be available in April to address the following issues. So they're doing this emergency patch before the previous one was scheduled. We know they had one planned in May that was supposed to take place before the tournaments, but things has gotten so out of control to where they're stepping in now, which I think they definitely should. It says character behavior issues confirmed in Tekken 8. This is version 2.00.01 that are particularly urgent. Paul's Hammer of the Gods. This is forward 1+2. Now I'll show a clip on the screen right now, but this move has been used to just dominate. It has like some weird like looping cancel. Paul Phoenix players can explain in the comment section the true nature of it, but basically what this allows is for you to force your opponent in crouch, eat a mix-up, but that mix-up is bugged and it's actually a unblockable that follows. If you're at the wall, Paul Phoenix can do the it's like a rising knee, like elbow type of attack, and it can splat you against the wall for a full combo. In the open space, he just gets big damage and the ability to do it again, and this is something that has been greatly abused over the last couple of days. It continues and say, results in a guaranteed follow-up on block, which is not intended. The number 2 thing that they're also highlighting is a very interesting one, but also this isn't the full extent of what Jack can do. It says Jack 8 elbow, jab elbow, which makes some noise. That's the name of it. Make some noise is the name of the attack. Wow. This is 2-1 up forward 1+2. When blocking, the third hit is uninterruptible. So they're speaking to the fact that you cannot side this. Most characters cannot side this. I know Leo is a anomaly, and I think she can move left. Yoshimitsu is also a anomaly, and he can spin right, but also he can straight up flash the jump animation and beat the attack altogether. Zhao Yu also has a way to escape it. There may be some other characters, but basically mostly every other character has no escape, no sidestep, no interrupts. The best thing they could try to do is to trade with Jack using a power crush. And this is also very tricky to do because when you're playing against people who really know how to play the game, they will then start to mix up that jumping animations with different attacks, like we seen Need do, we saw Trizzy was doing at the TNS, as well as Joe Crush. This Jack move is very easy to do, and it's also very powerful, and it's very rewarding, and it has very few risks, which is why as a result you saw Jack players flood the online ranked and also player matches, and everyone is just doing this and getting free wins. So the developers just trying to step in and put an end to all of it very, very fast. Now, what they're not talking about is Jack's ability to do it's an infinite he could do at the wall, where he splats you against the wall, and he basically does that jumping a 4-2, and he jumps on you, and your character can't recover quick enough to get off of the ground. So that's something else that with Jack that they're not talking about. You can also simply just highlight his damage output. His damage output is high. I was going to say one of the highest in the game, but every day I see a clip, or every moment I see a clip. I saw one from Azazina, from Leroy, from Kazuya. Every character is basically dishing out season 1 Yoshi, season 1 Dragunov level of damage, and also they have even more insane combo travel. So these are some things that I would like to see them address in the future update. When they say we're carefully reviewing the balance of the game and expect more information soon, that is what I want to hear about, is how they basically turned everyone into season 1 Dragunov. And if I had to point the finger, I think it's the tailspins and the fact that they seen that and then gave it to everyone. They should have knew what the outcome of that was going to be. To continue reading, it says, in addition to these issues mentioned above, we're also working to identify the causes of other behavioral issues and implement fixes. These fixes are planned to be included in the emergency patch version 2.00.02, scheduled for release in mid to late April. Furthermore, after the emergency patch is released, we will continue to carefully collect and evaluate feedback from the community and address issues as needed. Details, including the exact date and contents, will be announced soon as they are finalized. Now, I have some more tweets here. This one says, the cause of the 2 high priority issues shown in the image has been identified and fixes are currently underway. Additionally, we are also working on identifying and fixing the causes of other behaviors related to character issues and malfunctions in option settings. I don't know what the option setting is, but I'll be interested to see what the patch notes say. An emergency patch version 2.000.2 is scheduled for release in mid to late April. This patch also includes some adjustment items previously announced in the patch notes under future adjustments, notably the throw break chip damage change. Even after release of 2.0, we will continue to carefully review and respond to feedback from the community. We will provide detailed information and the release as the dates as they're confirmed. Okay, so when we look at what they're talking about, where it says future changes. So we've seen this before, right? This is what they put out after the Tekken talk, where players were asking, where is the defense? Now, this first section here that we're looking at, all of this stuff is pretty much in the game, and we could kind of ignore that. But the part that's interesting here is the throw mechanic adjustments based on community feedback. It says 1, loosen the input window for throw breaks. This is 1+2. And then 2, it says increase recovery on whiff for normal throws. This is 1-3 and 2-4. 3 says throw break is successfully performed. The thrower will recover 1 point recoverable health. And then 4 says when a throw break is successfully performed, the player that was grabbed will receive 5 points of recoverable health. So they are completely doing a 180 on the number 4 change here at the bottom, where if you broke a throw, you receive chip damage. Now, when you break a throw, you will receive the ability to gain 5 health points, and the person who tried to throw you will be penalized 1 point. Now, I think they should be penalized a little bit more considering how powerful throws are, because what is 1 point going to do, right? That's pretty much nothing. But this is the developers trying to stop the bleeding of the review score, and they're also trying to, address the players' criticism. Over the past couple of days, we were talking about how this is legacy players being upset, veteran players being upset, but that is not at all the case. That undermines the significance of what is happening, and this is really just the whole entire player base being frustrated.